So gone are the days where you just threw a house in the MLS and sold it for more money and sold it for like no contingencies, nothing attached to it, nothing going on. Whew, were those the days, right, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Just sold, just like that. Sold signs just going all over the place. Yes, we still have that going on to a certain degree. Houses are still selling to a certain degree with a few multiple offers and some negotiations and potentially selling for over the list price. That's just what's happening right now in 2023, right? With the high interest rates, buyers have a lot more to take into consideration when purchasing a property. So sellers, you should have the same opportunity as well. And I just attended a real estate conference, phenomenal one. Really helped me to restructure what we're doing for our sellers. Because sellers, you got options, and you really do have options. All about how is it in this day and age that I want to sell my property. So I want to go over with you in a very short, brief message here. When you're ready and you want to talk about it, let me know. But this right here is the basics to a seller strategy session. And what that means is you got options. To be completely transparent, you got 4 different options when you choose to be in business with Real Estate Resolved and Lori Alvarez. Okay, there's the traditional home sale that everyone's used to. And generally, everyone just expects you to come in and give them that traditional presentation, right? You sit down, you go over all the marketing techniques and everything that you're going to do. Professional photographer comes in, stagers available, the inspections are done, the house looks top notch, you get it ready. We do the wonderful grand opening house, and then we do probably one more just because it's taking about 2 weeks now to get a property sold. And guess what? Yes. Then your property sells. You have some home showings in the midst of that. And you're like, okay, I don't love it. And I'll do it because I want to get the most amount of money for my property. And this way will traditionally net you the most amount of money. So it's just the traditional home sell situation. That's what it is. And there are so many people who opt to go that route because let's just say, yeah, your equity is important. Let's maximize it. Let's get you as much of it as possible. So then there's option number 2, right? Well, Lori, I'm excited and I really want to maximize my property. I really, really need to sell it for the most amount of money. I need you, Lori, to help me do that. And I got no money to make it happen. And there's some disrepair on the property. There's some things that are happening on the property that likely need to be resolved before we put it on the market. Because we need this property to qualify for all buyers, not just a few buyers. Because if you don't qualify for all buyers, well, that just really limits how much money you could potentially net off the sale of your property. So you graciously ask Lori, Real Estate Resolved, hey, by the way, I know you have ready money available, like a line of credit, to go ahead and do the necessary repairs to bring the property to optimal condition, so that it's ready. That's within a budget. It's reasonable. And yes, that's a credit card for you. And so yes, there are fees attached to it. So we're not free money, but we are allowing you to maximize your property for the most amount of money. And it's a great option for the people out there who need this. And there are so many people who do need it because The reality is their money is sitting in the equity of their property. So it's a great option for the person who needs to get the house ready for market and get it sold for the most amount of money. Now, does that mean we're completely renovating it and putting a new kitchen in and putting a new bathroom in and doing this and doing that? Heck no, not with this option. And you do have that option with us as well. But this particular option is called the market ready home financing option. And this is just making your house presentable, habitable, and qualifying for all loan options. Now, you may still have challenges with the property, and you're concerned about that because maybe we're not fixing the challenges, we're just making it habitable and presentable. That still does mean we need to disclose any challenges that are due to the property condition. Just got to do it. Got to disclose it. Disclose. Protect yourself and give the buyer all the knowledge that they need to make a wise decision. So then there's option number 3. I call it 3A and 3B. To be realistic, there's 2 different options here. They're great options. They're almost like, you've heard it from Open Door, right? They just give you an offer. Now, bear in mind, this is no marketing, no one coming through the property, no showings, no open houses, no getting it ready, no cleaning the house, no staging, no nothing. It's just like, hey, by the way, I would like an offer just like that. Yes, just like that. It's called the SNAP offer, optional. And so SNAP offer, what does that look like for you? Well, that means exactly like you heard it. Boom, like that. Have an offer, you review it, you go, yeah, that works. Or no, not at all. Are you crazy? That's not enough money. I know I can sell it for more. Well, of course you can sell it for more. You can do either the market ready home financing if you're concerned about condition of the property, take care of those conditional situations so that you can sell it to everyone, or you could go the traditional route and really prepare your house for market, right? That is your other options. So the SNAP offer just makes life easy. And maybe, you just are very private. You don't want people coming through your property. You don't want anything attached to it. You're like, I just want my house sold. I don't want a bunch of people walking and tramping through and seeing my business. I don't want a photographer here. Just give me an offer just like that. So SNAP offer is 3A. And then on the other end of that is 3B, which I am known for my one-day home sale. Did I make it up? No. Another amazing agent did it. I thought that is a fantastic option. And so guess what? We can do that too. I've successfully done it with other clients. Now you say, Lori, what the heck is a one-day home sale? Well, you price it at a reserve price, and then you go ahead and you negotiate the price up with people just bidding right at the property. It's almost as if it's an auction. And people walk through, they look through it. We've got a disclaimer on them that says they must sign it. They must know condition of property, and they get to do a one-day look through the property. We've got 2 hours for complete look through, your options, and you write your bid at time of walkthrough. It's completely available. We drop them in. We go through them at the end. We contact the highest bidders that are acceptable to you as the seller. And then we move forward with doing what's more of a traditional home sale from there on out. However, there are potentially no contingencies attached to it or very short contingency timelines attached to it. And it gives the buyer then the right to do additional inspections and so forth. And sellers, I'm really going to encourage you to allow buyers, no matter what seller strategy you choose to work with, no matter what way you choose to go, let the buyers do their inspections. Let the buyers do their appraisal. Let the buyers do everything they need to do to fully satisfy all their concerns so we can proceed to close of escrow with no concerns, no potential liability for you as the seller. Because when you're making buyers make quick decisions, especially in a snap offer situation or a one-day home sale situation, well, that's just a little, creates a sense of liability for all parties. So it's a good idea to allow everyone to still have the necessary inspections. Doesn't mean you have to allow for credits or repairs or so on or so forth. Just means that they've got full disclosure now, and you've transferred your risk and liability to their home inspector. You told them everything you knew, and now you told them, go have your home inspector do the additional due diligence that's necessary. Then you're in a much better place. It's just my recommendation. And of course, you can always confirm all of this information with a real estate attorney. Here in California, we have plenty of them readily available to give you additional reasons why you would choose to do one seller strategy over another. Again, there are options. The last one, the fourth one, there's a lot of people out there who would rather buy their home first and then sell their house than sell their house and have to go look for another home. So yes, guess what? You can do that with us as well. It is a great option. We do service this through another company that is partnered with us. And yes, there are fees. With all good things, it does cost money. It's just the way I've seen life to play out, right? You get the great opportunity to simplify things. Go out and buy that great house, move in, you buy it like cash, you move all your stuff in, you rest, you relax, and then we turn around and we sell your house right after. And then your house is free to be sold quickly, efficiently, effectively, marketed completely. It really, honestly, in my opinion, is worth the costs related to it. It's a great option, right? There are so many ways to move forward with deciding how I want to get my house sold. And it's not easy. It's not like, oh, just throw it on the market. Because the reality is you got to show it to people. You want to get maximum eyes in the property, maximum eyes around the property so that you can get the most that you can. And if your condition doesn't meet the criteria for all buyers to purchase it, well, it limits the amount of money people will pay because the reality is they got to do repairs. And those repairs cost money, as you know, because likely if you're not doing them, it's more than likely you probably don't have the funds to do it, or you're reserving those funds for another activity, and so someone has to pay for it. So in the end, yes, Mr. Seller, I have to say, you still pay for those repairs. You just don't have to deal with the repairs, which is a great option because there's so many people out there that don't want to deal with any type of repairs. Again, a great reminder that all California real estate is sold in as-is condition. Yes, buyers have the right to do inspections. Yes, they have the right to do all the necessary things they want to do so that they can proceed to close of escrow with all areas taken care of, no concern, so that all parties are released of risk and liability. Disclose, 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 as to make sure everyone knows everything they need to know. I always remind my sellers when I meet with them, the first person that's going to come over and tell your new homeowner about the house is your neighbor. So make sure you're disclosing what your neighbor shares next, because they're the first to run over and say, oh, they didn't tell you that the plumber was here right before close of escrow? Oops. Make sure you say it all. Better to do it than not do it at all. And as your realtor, anything I know, I need to disclose as well. My license is not protected by you, so I am going to be full disclosure in all circumstances because I love what I do. And I want people to say she did the right thing. And that's just how I do business. We're looking for a win-win. With that said, we've got 4 great seller strategies. Again, 4 great seller strategies for you. To recap, number 1 is the traditional home sell. The tried and true, do it, put it on the market, get it ready, look good, ready to go. We pray that we price right so that we hit those multiple offers. And number 2, the market home ready financing. No, some people don't have the cash in the bank to do the work. So Real Estate Resolved and our local partners that we partner with come to help be the hero and advance the opportunity it is lent to you, just like a credit card. And then there's number 3, A and B. 3A is that snap offer. Get that offer, review it, accept it. They come in and take a look, make sure they like it, keep the price that they offered you, potentially revise the price after seeing the condition, and then move to a close of escrow quickly and effectively, very much like Open Doors Perspective, if you've checked them out. And then, of course, 3B is Lori Alvarez's one-day home sale. Put it on the market at a very competitive price and see where we end up in the end. And then open escrow and move to a close of escrow. And then, of course, for those of you who need to buy before you sell, buy before you sell, we partner with a great company to have that happen for you as well. So many different strategies. You as a seller need to just sit down and go, which one, Lori, which one is the best one for me? And that's what we do. We help you determine it. Once you've determined which works best for you, we move you forward on that timeline. And that is why you want to book your seller strategy consultation. It will just get you to sold so much quicker. It makes good sense. Which strategy works for best for you, Mr. Seller? It's always a great option when you work with Real Estate Resolved.